Do you realize if you took Earth with all of its mountains, valleys, and hills and shrunk it down to the size of a cue ball, it would be smoother than any cue ball ever machined.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Think about it.
What?
Think about this. Joe.
Really?
Joe.
Everest?
Joe, chill.
God.
Listen to me. The distance between the lowest point on Earth's surface and the highest point on Earth's surface is 11 miles. That is less than the length of Manhattan.
Whoa.
Yet we are 8,000 miles in diameter. And those 2 points are very far separated from one another. If you were a cosmic giant and you came up to Earth and you rubbed your finger over Earth's surface, it would feel as smooth as a cue ball to you.
Wow.
What is an ice age? An ice age means it is so cold that when the moisture evaporates from the oceans, goes to the clouds go over the land, it doesn't rain, it snows. And the snow falls, and then it stays. So the water that had lifted up from the ocean does not return to the ocean. It accumulates on the land. And this accumulation, when it's significant and sustained, we call glaciers. Glaciers is not itself a snowfall. It is compressed snow that's basically changed state into this ice river that flows very slowly back to the ocean. But the oceans are getting drained faster than they're getting replenished. You want that to be aliens?
Of course I want that to be aliens.
Okay, so...
That's the whole point of this question that I've never finished.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. This thing came in moving fast.
Yeah.
It has escape velocity, a hyperbolic orbit.
What?
Okay, hyperbolic trajectory.
Okay.
That's why we say hyperbolic.
Yeah.
Hyper is,
Yeah.
It's got more energy than
a bolic.
Than a bolic, yeah, hyperbolic. But it's parabolic, for example.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Okay, so the reason why it's probably not aliens is its trajectory around the sun was completely determined by gravitational forces.
How do you know?
Because we know, we calculate this. We have this laws of gravity, laws of physics.
Look at this. See this? See that? That trajectory was completely controlled by gravitational forces after it reached its peak up here and came back down, and yet a thinking creature started the process, okay? It doesn't mean, if this came in and you go, oh, gravity did that. But
Why can't we take the salt out of the water?
You can, it just takes energy. You can do it.
But why hasn't that been being done on
You can,
large
you have to
scale?
ask. Who's paying for the energy? Where are you getting the energy from? It's an energy thing.
But I would think that would be very valuable. I mean, think about how many people buy
It's not
bottles of
valuable
water.
enough yet. That's the point.
Well, is it that
It's pure.
or
It's
is it
just
that it's
money, dude. It's just money. How they make
Right.
Stonehenge? Those rocks are nowhere in the region.
Mm-hmm.
They were carted from some. They found a place where those rocks were would have been mined.
But isn't it less impressive because they're just big? Like what the thing about the pyramids that's so impressive is the precision and the sheer numbers. 2 million, 600,000 stones.
Our best understanding of Stonehenge is that it's a functioning observatory that can actually predict eclipses. So, I just got to bitch slap you there. So, climate change will not make Earth uninhabitable. Climate change will make Earth a living hell. In fact, I live in New York City, where in our harbor we have the Statue of Liberty. And there she is holding the Declaration of Independence. And in her left arm and her right arm is the torch. If you melt the water ice that's on land, the ocean level will rise to reach her left elbow. So that takes out all of New York City. And basically every other coastal city that we've spent thousands of years building since the dawn of civilization. So life will be very, very different. I sleep on average 5.5 hours a day. And on the weekends, I sleep in and I'll sleep for 7.5 hours. That being said, if I have an opportunity to take a nap, no matter what else is going on, I'm taking a nap. So maybe in total, out of 7 days, it'll come up higher than 5.5 hours. But in any given 24 hours, it's 5.5 hours. To me, sleep remains one of the most curious things about animals. Imagine explaining sleep to an alien. What are you going to do now? Well, I'm going to lay down and be semi-comatose for a third of a day. Check back with me later. What? What? Why? I don't know. My body needs it. Why? I don't know. It's just a little embarrassing in a conversation with aliens. Or maybe the aliens sleep more, but we take sleep as a given when I can imagine life forms that don't require it at all. He did that zero-G plane thing. You know the zero-G thing?
I'm very aware of it.
I asked him about it. Let's check it out. Stephen, you've been in that zero-G airplane. I've always wanted to go. I just wondered what it felt like for you.
It was wonderful to float weightless, free of my wheelchair. I could have gone on, and on, and on.
Well, one day I'll try to do that too. See what that's like. One problem for me, I get nauseous and I'm worried I throw up. Yeah, you don't want to throw up in zero-G. You know these zero-G airplanes, it's not that they go into orbit or go into space. Yeah, what they do is they go on an arc where you ascend as they, of course, move forward. Then there's a point where there's a precise trajectory down where the plane is basically in free fall. And while you're in free fall,